We're joined now by Tulane University professor Walter Isaacson. He is also a CNBC contributor and advisory partner at Perella Weinberg. It's great to see you and discuss this topic. Walter, welcome.
Thank you, Scott, to have me back.
Let's start with Amode's warning, part of it where he says, quote, "I believe we're entering a rite of passage, both turbulent and inevitable, which will test who we are as a species." Do you think, Walter, that we're up to that test? And do you think we're underestimating what could go wrong with this technology?
Yeah, his essay about the adolescence of technology, you say, oh, we up for it. It is indeed like an adolescence. It's going to be a transformation that's got some dangerous and weird sides to it. I am not as worried about the total number of jobs going down. I'm listening to your show today. Part of it is about all the job cuts of companies like Nike doing it because of AI. And the other part of it is all the people adding jobs because of AI data centers. I think it's important that the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which I'm losing a little faith in because it's become politicized, is very good. It should be very good. It's important that it be good in saying how much the gains in productivity that come from AI translate into more demands for more goods and services and perhaps more employment.
What about if we take all that as fact and we don't see, at the end of the day, as many job losses as some are projecting? What about the so-called brain drain? The fact that our lives are going to essentially be run by data centers. Individualized thinking is going to be shoved to the wayside because everything is going to be determined by what is put into a data center and what is spit out.
Oh, I don't think individualized thinking will ever come into a crisis. And you can go back to Socrates arguing it with Plato about whether writing will make our minds worse because we won't have to memorize things anymore. I think there'll always be a room for the people who can connect creativity to the technology. And that symbiosis of human creativity and the processing power of machines probably will always grow faster than machines alone will grow. As I've told you, I've started a group here at Tulane writing everybody's biographies and memoirs. 50% of that can be done by processing a lot of material, but at least 50% has to be the creativity, the reporting, the asking of questions. And so I do think we'll find new companies like this that will create jobs for creative people, especially people who understand history and the humanities.
Do you think there's any threat to our so-called power of purpose or our self-worth if essentially these machines are doing everything? He writes, and I want to read this other passage to you, where Dario says, quote, "If the exponential progress continues, which is not certain, but now has a decades-long track record supporting it, then it cannot possibly be more than a few years before AI is better than humans at essentially everything." What's the fallout from that on who we are as people?
I don't think they'll be better than us at essentially everything. They'll be better at processing power. I think that indeed that notion of having a sense of purpose could be undermined if we try to use AI to just do everything and have a guaranteed basic incomes and make it so that people don't have to work or don't have the opportunities to work. But I don't really see that coming. We have not seen any data points yet where there's less opportunities to do creative things because of AI. And so I think projecting into the future that machines will do everything for us, no. We don't have any data points that that's happening.